Greetings from the University of Virginia's Department of Housing and Residence Life. We'd like to welcome you to Who's Movin' In, our video presentation that will take you through the ins and outs of Fall 2024 Undergraduate Move-In. We have some very helpful information to share that we hope will make your move-in experience a positive one. The Housing and Residence Life offices are located in Gibbons House on Alderman Road, across from the Aquatic and Fitness Center. Our department includes a mix of student and professional staff. We focus on supporting student success and developing welcoming communities at the university. That said, the key staff members for students to get to know are their resident advisor, or RA, and their senior resident, or SR. The RA is an upper-class student who lives on the same floor or in a nearby suite, and who is there to assist students as they transition to college life. They will provide programs where students can meet others on the floor or suite and in the building, and they will assist students with concerns they may have. They are truly knowledgeable about the resources that the university has to offer. The senior resident is an undergraduate student who has previous RA experience and supervises that building. The SR works with the RAs to create a welcoming and supportive community. There are also professional Residence Life staff members who support the student staff, including Residence Life coordinators, or RLCs, who support the SRs, and Assistant and Associate Deans of Residence Life, who support the students and RLCs. There are also a number of other staff members working in Housing and Residence Life to support our residents and keep things running smoothly, such as assignments, business, facilities, conferences, and IT staff, and many other professional staff members. We are all here to help students. Fall 2024 Move-In will be here before we know it. Our website has details about the Fall 2024 Move-In process at housing.virginia.edu/move-in-2024, which likely contains the answers to many of your questions. We want to point out that room and furniture dimensions are available at housing.virginia.edu/options. Select your housing area, scroll down, and you'll see the floor plan or plans for that housing area. If you click the floor plan, the information that we have about room measurements and furniture will be displayed. Most students will have attended orientation during the summer, but some will be a part of Orientation Session K. Move-in for students attending this orientation session will be on Tuesday, August 20th, anytime between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Students living on grounds will pick up their UVA ID cards at Earn Commons. Don't forget, you will need a government-issued photo ID in order to obtain your UVA ID. Once you have your ID, you can go immediately to your residence area to move in. Please unload quickly at your residence hall and be sure to not block roads or sidewalks. Once your vehicle is unloaded, we ask that you move it to longer-term parking in one of the university's parking garages. Then you can come back to your room and begin the task of setting up your new home. Greeters, our move-in volunteers, will be available to assist with Session K move-in and on the other first-year move-in days, but during scheduled move-in appointment times only. Look for the volunteers wearing greeters t-shirts. If you have questions, our office will be open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and we are just a phone call away. Move-in for incoming first-year students not attending Session K will be on either Thursday, August 22nd or Friday, August 23rd from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Each building is assigned one of those days, and each student is assigned a specific 2-hour appointment on their building's day. The 2-hour appointment covers your arrival, unloading, and the transfer of belongings to your room. All student belongings should be labeled with your name and room assignment. After moving your belongings to your room during your appointment, you may take more time to get settled into your new home. As you can imagine, moving approximately 4,000 first-year students in on 2 days is quite a task, so we ask that you help us out by adhering to your assigned move-in day and assigned 2-hour appointment. Note that the 2-hour appointment is for your initial unloading, and you can return to the building with additional items throughout the day if your car remains in longer-term parking. We will welcome incoming transfer students on Saturday, August 24th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Each student will be assigned a 2-hour move-in appointment time as well. All incoming transfers will move in on this day. We will welcome back students returning to grounds for their second year on Saturday, August 24th as well, also from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. All returning second years will move in on this day and be assigned a 2-hour move-in appointment. There will be about 1,000 second year and transfer students coming to grounds that Saturday. We are trying to keep things organized because there are a lot of moving pieces and, of course, lots of students. We hope to make the process as easy as possible, and we appreciate you working with us in this endeavor. We are also excited to welcome back our students returning for their third and fourth years. If you are one of those students, we ask that you plan to arrive on or after Sunday, August 25th. The only exception are lawn residents, who may return as early as Friday, August 16th. No move-in appointment is required for third and fourth year residents, and RAs and SRs will be present in upper class housing areas. The Housing and Residence Life office in Gibbons House will be open on Sunday, August 25th from 12 to 4 p.m. and on Monday, August 26th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. in case you have questions. Move-in appointments are sent to first-year students, incoming transfer students, and returning second-year students in late June. Again, the 2-hour window covers the initial unloading and transfer of your belongings to your room, and you may return after your appointment to take more time to settle into your new home. The unloading piece may only take about 15 or 20 minutes, depending on how much you bring with you. Students unable to move in during their assigned appointment can select a different appointment time, but not a different date, on the housing portal. Alternate appointments will be available on the housing portal from Wednesday, July 3rd at noon through Wednesday, July 31st at 5 p.m. There may be limited appointments, and the time you want may or may not be available. We hope that the assigned time will work for you, but if not, students will be able to log on and try to find a different time, but on the same day. Students who wish to arrive early need to submit an early arrival application. A response approving or denying early application requests will be sent by email. Note that if you are a member of a university group that requires you to be on grounds before your scheduled move-in date, your program leader will contact Housing and Residence Life about your early arrival. You will not have to submit a request yourself. If that's you, know that we will send out early arrival approvals for group members based on the program leader's request. If you are not part of a university group but want to arrive early, we ask that you wait until the early arrival application is available on the housing portal to send your early arrival request. Again, that will be on Wednesday, July 3rd at noon. We also ask for your patience as we review all requests. We will respond with an email either approving or denying the request. Incoming first years are generally not allowed to move in early unless they are a part of a university group or participating in Summer Orientation Session K. In all cases, early arrivals will not be permitted before Monday, August 19th. Late arrivals are not recommended for incoming first year and transfer students. Arriving on your scheduled move-in date allows you to participate in the Wahoo Welcome event schedule. However, returning students may arrive later if they choose. All students planning to arrive after their scheduled move-in date should inform the Housing and Residence Life office by email at housing@virginia.edu. We want to make sure that you're still planning to move in, and we want to make note of your late arrival. That way, we are not concerned if we review our check-ins for the day and you're not on the list. Also note that housing charges are not prorated or refunded for students who remain enrolled at the university but arrive late or fail to move in. Are you wondering about what's in your room? For room and furniture dimensions, go to housing.virginia.edu/options. Select your housing area, scroll down, and you'll see the floor plan or plans for that housing area. If you click the floor plan, the information that we have about room measurements and furniture will be displayed, but you have to click on the floor plans to reveal the information. If you are asking what to bring, please remember that less is more. You may be happier when unloading at move-in, and also when packing up at the end of the year, that you limited the possessions you brought with you. Whatever you need to bring, please remember that you are more than likely sharing a room with someone, and it's a good idea to coordinate with them. Feel free to bring what you need, but maybe not everything you have. Label all your belongings with your name and room assignment so that the greeters, our move-in volunteers, can quickly unload them and route them to your room. We are scheduled to have greeters available to help Session K attendees and incoming first-year students on those scheduled move-in days only. If you arrive early or on a day other than when you are scheduled to move in, greeters will not be available. If you would like to see a list of recommended items to bring, please visit the What to Bring page, housing.virginia.edu/what-to-bring-FAQ. It's located in the FAQ section on our website. The following items are optional and may not be necessary. Feel free to bring a bicycle, but only if you plan to ride it every day. If you are not currently riding your bike every day, it's not likely that you'll start to do so here in Charlottesville. Cable TV is not available, but you may use your own streaming services subscriptions. Remember that only one microwave, fridge, and single-serve pod-type coffee maker is permitted in each room. We also have a list of permitted cooking appliances on the What to Bring page. Of course, there are definitely some things that are not allowed. The What to Bring page also includes a detailed list of prohibited items. Some common items that are not permitted include some types of lamps and curtains, and some appliances like heaters, toasters, and electric grills. All of our residence hall rooms have air conditioning, so AC units, which are also prohibited, aren't needed either. Wireless routers, extension cords, and hazardous items such as candles, incense, and weapons are not allowed. Electric transportation, like electric scooters, hoverboards, electric skateboards, and electric bikes, are prohibited. Pets are also not allowed and may not visit inside buildings. Only small fish are permitted. For displaying your room decor, nails, duct tape, or adhesive mounting strips are not allowed, but mounting putty is perfect. You can visit that What to Bring page for a more complete list of what you can and can't have in your room. Prior to move-in, make sure that you are ready. If you are a new student, you need to have submitted your ID photo picture. You can review the information about your UVA student ID at idoffice.virginia.edu. Returning students who need a new UVA ID should make an appointment with the ID office. If you are a student returning from a leave of absence, please check with the ID office to make sure your ID has been reactivated. Renter's insurance is recommended for all students, both new and returning. We highly recommend that you have renter's insurance to cover anything that may happen to your belongings. It's generally not very expensive, but gives you some protection in the event that something should happen in the residence halls. We do not anticipate that happening, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Again, be sure to reach out to your roommate, suite mates, or apartment mates so that you can coordinate items to bring and so you can get to know those you have not met or know already. Don't forget to set the PIN for your door lock. You can see more information about how to do that at housing.virginia.edu/locks. When you arrive on grounds, look for signs directing you to your housing area. All housing locks, except rooms on the lawn, are operated with your UVA ID. As a second level of security, you need to set a PIN for the door lock too. Students who have their UVA IDs should proceed directly to their rooms. Students who do not have a UVA ID should make plans to pick up their card from the Academic ID Card office. For their hours and location, see idoffice.virginia.edu. Each student's ID card will be activated on their move-in day, allowing access to their room. The front doors of buildings will be unlocked when that building has move-in appointments. However, apartment and suite doors will be locked. Be sure your ID works on your bedroom door and make sure you move into the right room. Sometimes the bedroom doors in apartments or suites are left open after they are cleaned, and you don't want to make the mistake of moving into the wrong room. Close the door and double-check that your ID works for that door. And again, make sure you have set your PIN for your door lock. See housing.virginia.edu/locks for more information. You may only unload close to your residence hall during your scheduled move-in appointment time. You will pull up your car in line. Once at your building, the driver needs to stay in the car at all times. All student belongings should be labeled with your name and room assignment so that greeters, if available, can quickly unload and route belongings to your room. After unloading your car, you'll need to move it to longer-term parking. This mostly applies to students moving into first-year housing areas. Some of the upper-class areas have more parking available, and this may not apply. See Parking and Transportation's Student Move-In page, parking.virginia.edu/student-move, for detailed instructions and maps for each housing area. For student parking permit information, visit parking.virginia.edu/student-parking. Note that first-year students may not register, store, or park vehicles on grounds. Note that not all buildings have elevators. You may find that luggage with wheels or a small cart that can be used on steps is helpful. Elevators can be crowded, so we ask that you please use the stairs when possible, especially when coming down. Housing decoration policies can be found on our website at housing.virginia.edu/decorations. Mounting putty is allowed for hanging posters. Nails, duct tape, and adhesive mounting strips are not allowed. Instructions for lowering or raising beds with a rubber mallet can be found on our Fall 2024 Move-In page, housing.virginia.edu/move-in-2024, under the Move-In Process section. You can also watch our Adjusting Lofted Beds at UVA video in that section to see a demonstration. Be sure to properly dispose of recycling and trash as you unpack items. Receptacles can be found in common areas during move-in. Also, the furniture that is provided must stay in the room and cannot be removed. We strongly suggest that you wear comfortable clothing and shoes during move-in. Also be sure to bring and drink fluids so you stay hydrated. Move-in will be hot and crowded, so be sure to pack your patience too. Please be kind to other residents and families by keeping hallways and stairwells clear and not obstructing them with belongings, boxes, or packing material. If you experience any maintenance issues or emergencies on move-in day, you can call Facilities Management at 434-924-3053. We have done our best to make sure that things are neat, clean, tidy, and in working order, but every now and then things do happen. Our facilities management staff will be available to address any needs like these. After move-in, please submit a work order online at housing.virginia.edu/maintenance-requests for routine maintenance items and concerns. Never use email to communicate maintenance issues. Also note that our facilities management department addresses maintenance issues, not our housing staff. On-grounds housing mailroom hours can be found online. If you click through from housing.virginia.edu/options to your housing area page, you can find more information on the mailroom that serves your housing area. Students can find their mailing address on the housing portal, and if you know a student's room location, you can use our mailing address finder, which is near the top of the page at housing.virginia.edu/mail, to correctly format on-grounds mailing addresses. Items may be shipped to student rooms after August 1st. While not guaranteed, mailroom personnel may be able to place items in rooms before arrival, depending on time and staffing. Otherwise, packages will be available for pickup in the student's assigned mailroom. On-grounds mailrooms have little storage space, so please plan to have packages arrive as close to move-in as possible. Bring the things you need immediately along with you, and if you have to ship some things, please be patient with our mailroom staff as they help get those packages to you. As you can imagine, the mailroom receives lots of packages just prior to move-in. If you have shipped items and the tracking for a package shows it as delivered, know that packages are not available for pickup until they have been routed to the appropriate mailroom. Sometimes this routing may take up to one full business day, as packages are sorted and delivered to the residence area mailrooms. Then an email notification is sent by Housing and Residence Life mailrooms to let you know your package is in your residence area mailroom and ready for pickup. Students should wait until they receive this notification. Again, see your housing area page for information on the mailroom serving your housing area and its hours of operation. The residential experience at UVA is guided by our RAs who provide specific programming and events designed to help residents become a part of their community. Each building is a living and learning environment designed to make all students feel at home. Do make sure that you connect with your RA when you move in. RAs in the first-year areas have fewer residents than our RAs in upper-class areas, but they are all here to provide programming and events and to help students connect within their residential community and to the university community as a whole. Wahoo Welcome events provide engagement opportunities on a larger scale and are hosted by our partners across grounds. They help educate, inform, and officially welcome you into the university community. While certain programs are for students of all years, many are intended for specific class years, such as first-year students, incoming transfer students, and second-year students. See the orientation website for more information at orientation.virginia.edu/wahoo-welcome. These fun events are a great way to meet other Wahoos, especially if you are a new student on grounds. Dining halls with food stations are available throughout grounds. The main dining rooms are the Fresh Food Company in Newcomb Hall, Observatory Hill or O Hill, and Runk. You can use meal exchange and flex dollars at other locations including food courts, food trucks, convenience stores, and coffee shops. Meal plans for the fall begin on Thursday, August 22nd. You can see the UVA Dine website, virginia.edu/dining, for more information. Laundry facilities are located within on-grounds housing. Some are in the same building, and some are in adjacent buildings. You'll want to download the Speed Queen mobile app on the App Store or Google Play. On-grounds housing laundry machines accept payment using this app, and you can use it to check washer and dryer status and availability. In addition, our approved vendor University Cleaners offers subscription-based wash, dry, and fold services, which you can learn about at their website, universitycleanersva.com/university-of-Virginia. Fall 2024 room changes may be approved between September 10th and November 1st. Space is limited, and there is usually little room for flexibility, especially for first-year students. If you have concerns, please consult your RA first. They will refer you to a Residence Life staff member as needed. Upper-class student room change requests can be made online during the room change period, beginning September 10th and ending November 1st. Here are some important fall dates. Please note that all dates are subject to change. Fall reading days are October 12th to 15th. Family Weekend, when we welcome family, friends, and parents back to grounds, will be October 25th to 27th. Thanksgiving Recess is November 27th to December 1st. Residence halls remain open during Fall Reading Days and Thanksgiving Recess. The last day of classes is December 6th. Exams will begin on December 9th and end on December 17th. Note that first-year area residence halls, the McCormick Road Residence Halls, Alderman Road Residence Halls, both Hall-style and Suite-style, and Gooch Dillard, will close on Wednesday, December 18th at noon. Our residential colleges and upper-class housing areas will remain open for all students who live in those areas. And if you are a student who will be leaving in December and not returning to on-grounds housing for the spring, your move-out date is also Wednesday, December 18th at noon. In the spring, our first-year residence halls reopen on Sunday, January 12th, 2025. Spring recess will be March 8th to 16th, and residence halls remain open. The last day of classes is April 29th, 2025. Exams will be from May 1st to 9th. Students are expected to move out 24 hours after their last exam and no later than Saturday, May 10th at noon. When you're making travel arrangements, plane reservations, etc., please keep these dates in mind and plan accordingly. After this closing date, students can only remain for a limited time if there are exceptional circumstances, and late stays are not available in all buildings. This brings us to the end of our Move-In video presentation. Please feel free to reach out to ask any questions or to share concerns. Remember that help is here whenever you need it, and our Housing and Residence Life staff members are available to assist you. Our website is housing.virginia.edu, and you can find the answer to almost any question there. But if you can't find an answer, email us at housing@virginia.edu. Please share some information about who you are, a first-year, transfer, or returning student, and then make sure to provide as much information as possible so that we can answer your question accurately. Or you can reach us by calling 434-924-3736. Also, we invite you to follow us on our social media platforms using the handle @UVA-Housing. Welcome to UVA. We're so glad that you will be joining us and living on grounds.